Hi, my name is Kenyasha McDaniel, and I'm the Dual Enrollment Advisor here at FIU. I appreciate you taking this time out to join me in this webinar. I'm going to provide you with resources that you can refer to while working with your students on a daily basis at the high school. This webinar will include strategies that will assist you in engaging, empowering, and elevating your students. What does an engaged dual enrollment student look like? For the early admissions program, I have had the opportunity to interview dozens of high school students, and I noticed they all have certain characteristics in common. I've used that knowledge to formulate what an engaged student looks like before they sign up for a dual enrollment course. During that time, students are taking courses, and after completion of the course, we want to make sure students are showing interest, taking initiative, and that they are attending those information sessions that you are offering at the high school. During the course, we want students to know what resources they have available. It is important that dual enrollment students know the expectation and are self-motivated and willing to go the extra mile. Upon completion of the dual enrollment course at the high school, students should be proactive in discussing their grades with teachers and meeting with their counselors to explore other dual enrollment opportunities. As I previously stated, there are several resources that are available to dual enrollment students. Advising is one of the resources that students can take advantage of, providing myself via phone or email, and they can also stop by the dual enrollment office. Students also have an online and in-person tutoring at FIU through Center for Excellence in Writing. So for example, if students are enrolled in ENC 1101 or 1102 and they need additional writing support services, they can reach out to schedule an appointment, whether it be online or in person. The Center for Excellence in Writing works with students in all stages of the writing process: pre-writing, drafting, revision, and in presentations. In addition, students can take advantage of a more holistic tutoring service by contacting the Center for Academic Success. Students can access tutoring in a variety of subjects with a comprehensive approach. Services are delivered in person as well as online. FIU libraries are a great resource for researching and studying. You will hear from Ramces Marsilli, our reference librarian here at FIU, later in this presentation. He will guide you through the FIU library system and tell you about all of the services that students can utilize, as well as teachers. Students can also contact the University Testing Center for information on testing services they provide at both campuses. For those students that wish to spend time at FIU campus, the One Card is a great resource, as students can use it as their library card, meal plan, and student ID, all in one. Connecting with our students is also very, very critical in the dual enrollment process. Collaboration between FIU and the high school counselors is critical in dual enrollment. Because you are the first face of dual enrollment at the high school site, your role in guiding students to course completion is so important. That includes conducting information sessions, meeting face-to-face with your students, creating dual enrollment tracks, and or staying abreast of the university core curriculum. Here is an example of the university core curriculum, which is known as the UCC. This UCC is used to guide students through the advising process and ensures that students are on track to transition to college. You should all have a copy. If not, please reach out to me and I'll be happy to walk you through it and answer any questions that you may have. I zoomed in the first section of the UCC to give you an example of how you can guide students to satisfy course requirements. For instance, students must earn a total of 6 credits in communication, which in this case, 3 credits in ENC 1101 and 3 credits in ENC 1102. If students complete both courses successfully, they will have earned the 6 credits required. The same thing goes for the humanities. Students are required to earn 6 credits in humanities. In this case, 1 from group 1 and 1 from group 2. Group 1 is a state requirement, which is what the state of Florida requires students to complete. And Group 2 includes that course that is required by FIU. All courses in each group are 3 credits, which will give students the required 6 credits. I am sure you know helping students with course selection is just the beginning. Students will also need our support during the course. By empowering our students, we can ensure their success. This means making sure students are logging into their FIU accounts so that they are familiar with the student portal, reminding students of the resources that are available, and bringing them to campus so that they get excited about their college future. Here at the Dual Enrollment Office, we sponsor 1 bus if you would like to bring your students on campus. Please contact me for further information about this particular service that we provide. So what happens at the end of the dual enrollment course? It is important for us to know that we still play a major role once the course is over. As counselors, this is our opportunity to celebrate student success and guide them to the next step. We want to keep students on track. We want them excited about being a part of the FIU family. And we want the high school dual enrollment teachers to connect with their mentors so that students get the most out of the FIU college experience. These are just a few ways to elevate students to their full potential. Okay, so now I'm going to have Ramces come over and introduce to you the resources that the library has to offer. Ramces?
Hello, my name is Ramces Marsilli, and I am one of the librarians here at FIU. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to take you through some of the resources that are available for dual enrollment students here at the library, and then I'm going to go through a couple of the databases and do some searching tips and techniques that your students can use. With an FIU One card, dual enrollment students have full access to the library and everything it has to offer. Your FIU One card also doubles as your library card. So with it, you'll be able to access the Green Library, check out books, research study rooms, which we have for either individual or group study rooms. They will also be able to check out laptops, MacBooks, calculators, phone chargers, and a lot more. Next, I will be going through our databases. There are 2 more slides that you guys can use as a guide, but I'm just going to go through it live to show you what the layout is and what to do exactly. So this is what our homepage looks like. It is at library.fiu.edu. The first thing I would like to make you aware is that students do not have to be in the library or the FIU to access our databases. They can simply log on from home. The way to do this is by clicking on Login for Access, and they just enter their FIU's username and password and then click Login. What happens is, once you're logged in, it takes you right back to our homepage. The only difference is the words Easy Proxy will be up on the URL. That's how they know that they are logged in. They must always do this. It's the very first thing. Otherwise, they will not be able to search and access some of the other services that I will explain later. Another service that they have is this chat box here. And what it does is it generates chat with a librarian. So Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, from 12 to 6 p.m., there's a librarian available for all dual enrollment students. Now, the next couple of things I'm going to do, as I said, are on the slide. I just wanted to leave the slides for you as a reference, but I wanted to run through the research process just to show you at least one very useful database that I found that dual enrollment or ENC 1101, 11, and 2 have used, and that is Opposing Viewpoints. What they do first is they go to Research Start and then click on Opposing Viewpoints. Now, what Opposing Viewpoints is, it is a collection of hundreds of thousands of articles from newspapers, magazines, academic journals. There is audio and video files, and they all have to do with topics of the day. One thing that can really help is if a student is not sure of what to write about, they can always click on Browse Issues right here. And as you can see, there are hundreds of issues that come up, and they can look at any of them. And if they happen to click on them, then it will actually generate a search for them, and they would have their results. They can always look down here, and as you can see, there's 28 results from academic journals, 3,100, almost 3,200 news sources, magazines, and they can always look and click, for example, and they would have the article that they're looking for. Now, there's two really useful features that this database has. First of all, if the students find an article that they're like, they can always email it to themselves by clicking here under send. That way they don't have to look for it again. They can always just email it to themselves. And they can also find the citation under the quotation marks. Just click on cite, make sure that they're looking at the latest MLA edition, and they can just simply copy and paste this into their papers. Here's another service that we have. We know that our students sometimes are not too comfortable searching through our databases, and they will look into Google Scholar to get scholarly articles. A lot of times, most of those articles will be behind a paywall, so they will not be able to access those. So what we have done is we have synced our FIU databases with Google Scholar. And the way they can do that is, first of all, as we were talking before, they must log in for access. So in a separate page, they go to library.fiu.edu, log in for access, and then go to scholar.google.com. And the process by which they sync those two is as follows. So you would go to this menu bar, click on it, then click on settings, and then you will click on library links. And here you would search for Florida International University. Now this computer has already been set up, so this is already here, but they would do a search, and at the end, click all the boxes that have to do with Florida International University and click save. So that way, if they do a search on, let's say, the effects of global warming on Florida, when the search results come back, you will see to the right that they can click on the link that says find it at FIU, and it will take them directly into our databases. As you can see, you're inside FIU libraries. You can click on this link, and there is the article. They may be able to download it and keep it for the records. If you have any questions, please feel free to let us know. You could always contact us from 10 to 6 on Monday through Friday, 12 to 6 on the weekends. Or if there's no one on chat, you could always leave a question. It will generate an email that we can answer for you.
I want to take this opportunity to thank you for joining us in this webinar and for your continued support and collaboration to ensure that the dual enrollment students are getting the best pre-college experience possible. I would also like to thank Ramces Marsilli for his support of the dual enrollment team, and I hope that you found this information useful. If there's anything that I have mentioned here that you wish to discuss further, please don't hesitate, contact me. Again, I thank you, and I look forward to our continuous and productive collaboration.